Hello everyone and welcome back to Explain the Charts. I'm your host and today we're dissecting Intel Corporation, ticker symbol Intel. We'll explore the latest news surrounding Intel and then dive into the candlestick charts across multiple time frames to give you an in-depth analysis. Starting with the broader market context, major indexes like the Dow, S&P 500, and Nasdaq have recently hit record highs, partly fueled by an IPO rebound and significant tech sector activity. However, the Federal Reserve's anticipated interest rate decisions loom large, with Wall Street viewing the current setup for rate cuts as the worst kind of setup, despite falling mortgage rates. Labor market data also showed a significant revision, indicating nearly 1 million fewer jobs than previously estimated, contributing to a soured mood among some investors. Intel, meanwhile, is navigating a challenging recovery phase, with analysts maintaining a cautious outlook despite its focus on AI shifts and operational improvements. Let's zoom into the daily chart, focusing on the period from August 2024 through February 2025, to see how these broader narratives have impacted INTC's price. We can clearly observe a significant drop in early August 2024, plummeting from the low $30s to below $22, which likely correlates with Intel's Q2 2025 financial results. During this period, Intel reported flat revenue, a GAAP loss per share of $0.67, and a non-GAAP loss of $0.10, alongside plans for a 15% workforce reduction and project cancellations. This sharp decline underscores the market's reaction to the company's challenging recovery phase and operational restructuring efforts. However, we also see attempts at recovery, with prices stabilizing around the $20 to $22 range. An important news item here is the U.S. government's $8.9 billion investment in Intel common stock at $20.47 per share, announced on August 22, 2025. Though the chart shows the stock already trading higher around $24.80 on that date. Morningstar viewed this as good news but cautioned about execution risks and reiterated a fair value estimate of $21, indicating that while it's a vote of confidence, it's not an all-clear sign for the turnaround. Another boost came from SoftBank Group's $2 billion investment at $23 per share, aimed at advancing semiconductor innovation, which likely contributed to the price movements around the $23 mark later in this period. Now, let's fast forward and analyze the daily chart from February 2025 to the most recent data available, September 12, 2025. We witnessed a significant bullish surge in February 2025, with the stock touching highs near $27.55. This strong move could be attributed to increased optimism around AI and semiconductor demand, as well as the SoftBank investment details becoming clearer, offering positive momentum. However, this rally was followed by a retracement and a more dramatic drop in April 2025, where Intel hit a 52-week low of $17.665. This level acted as a strong support, leading to a notable reversal and an impressive rebound in the subsequent days, showcasing buyer interest at deeply discounted prices. From May to July 2025, the stock consolidated primarily between $20 and $22, establishing this as a new, important support zone. August 2025 saw another strong upward trend, pushing Intel towards the $24 to $25 resistance area. The most recent news, announced on September 12, 2025, is the completion of Intel's sale of a 51% stake in its Altera business to Silver Lake for approximately $3.3 billion, with Intel retaining 49%. While this move is intended to enhance focus on core operations and financial performance, the market's initial reaction on September 12 was a 2.15% drop, closing at $24.08, suggesting some profit-taking or perhaps a cautious interpretation of the revised financial targets. Shifting our view to the one-hour chart from late August to early September 2025, we can observe the more immediate price action leading up to the Altera news. Intel has been consolidating in the $24 to $24.99 range, showing relatively stable, albeit slightly choppy, trading. The candles indicate multiple attempts to break above $24.90, which acts as a short-term resistance, but these rallies were often met with selling pressure. Conversely, the $24 to $24.20 level appears to be providing some hourly support. Volume has been moderate during this consolidation, suggesting neither overwhelming buying nor selling interest prior to the Altera announcement. This price channel indicates indecision among traders as they awaited clearer catalysts, which the Altera news has now provided. Now, for the most granular look, let's examine the 15-minute chart for September 12, 2025, the day the Altera sale completion was announced and the stock saw a notable decline. In the pre-market and early trading hours, Intel was trading relatively flat around $24.60 to $24.70. However, as the news disseminated and the market digested the implications, we can pinpoint a distinct shift in sentiment. Around 1300 hours Universal Time Coordinated, a significant red candle indicates strong selling pressure, pushing the price down from near $24.60 to around $24.45. Subsequent 15-minute candles showed continued weakness, breaking below immediate supports, ultimately leading to the daily close of $24.08, reflecting the 2.15% drop. This short-term chart confirms that the market reacted negatively to the news, or used it as a reason to take profits, reinforcing the $24 to $24.20 zone as an area of increased volatility and a potential short-term battleground between buyers and sellers. The elevated volume during these declining candles further corroborates the conviction behind the selling pressure on this specific trading day. Let's recap the critical price levels for Intel. The 52-week low of $17.665 established a very strong long-term support, and any significant retest of this level would indicate deep bearish sentiment, but also a potential buying opportunity with a likelihood of about 30% under current conditions. Immediate support levels are around $22 to $22.50, which has held multiple times throughout 2025, offering a roughly 60% chance of holding if retested in the short term, especially if broader market conditions remain positive. On the upside, the $24 level, around today's close, is a key psychological and technical level, currently acting as a minor support but susceptible to further testing. Significant resistance sits at $25 to $25.50, representing previous highs that Intel has struggled to break above consistently. A sustained breakout above $25.50, potentially fueled by strong AI sector news or positive Q3 earnings, could signal a bullish reversal with a 55% likelihood of achieving higher prices, provided the broader semiconductor market maintains its strength. Looking short-term, if Intel holds above $24, we might see a retest of the $24.80 to $25 resistance, a 50% chance given recent volatility. Conversely, a break below $23.50 could send it towards the $22 support, with a 45% likelihood if the general market sentiment sours or Intel releases further cautious guidance. Long-term, Intel's strategic shift to AI, its foundry ambitions, and Mobileye's strong performance provide a bullish undertone, but execution risks and negative profitability remain headwinds. Upcoming investor conferences with Intel executives and Mobileye in late September could provide new catalysts or confirm existing outlooks, so keep an eye on these dates for potential volatility. Always remember to conduct your own due diligence and manage your risk effectively. That's all for today's in-depth analysis of Intel. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to explain the charts, and hit the notification bell for more market insights. Thanks for watching and happy trading!